Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to the Quiffcast with me, Rob Baines, and Ashley Richards.
Hello! There again.
Yes. So, believe it or not, this is the penultimate Quiffcast of Season 1, Series 1, whatever you want to call it. That's a weird thing to think about. We've almost completed a series of this, and I think it's been very good, hasn't it? What would you think?
It's been really good. It just seems a lot faster than it has been, you know.
Yeah, we've done over 19 episodes now with the special and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, what are we going to be talking about today in this episode, Ash?
We're talking about conferences that have been going on recently, with Apple's WWDC announcements and the E3 that's just happened.
A little bit of E3 going on. Now we don't know. Well, I don't know that much about E3. I've just sort of selected some things that you might find interesting. So yeah, we'll just go with it.
Yeah.
So Ash, let's just crack on there. Let's crack on in there
With the old Apple.
With the old Apple. Go on, tell me what has Apple been teasing and throwing out there?
Because WWDC is about software announcements, so it's about the new iOS, it's just basically the new software coming out, so like the next upgrade to Mac, the next big iOS.
Right, so like people who have already like got products can make use of. Okay.
Yeah. So, for instance, they talked about the new iOS 11, which has got some big UI tweaks. There's a new mission control whereby they got. So when you swipe up from the bottom of the screen, you've got that mission control dialogue that's completely been revamped. It's a full page. And you can customize it now, so you can add buttons if you want to certain features in the app.
Almost just like customizing like widgets and whatnot.
Yeah, it's just like that. And so they've added a load more stuff you can do just from the control center, which is very good.
That's cool. Makes it more accessible, I suppose, for people.
Yeah. The main thing is that a feature they didn't properly announce was that you can now screen record your iPhone or device.
All right.
So it's just like a hit record, and it'll start recording your iPhone's device.
So like in the phone, so you don't have to connect it. Because I've like done screen recording on my phone before, but I've always done it through my computer, like with QuickTime or something. So there's like an in phone thing now.
Yeah, so you just hit the button that start recording your screen.
That's quite cool.
That opens up for like people who want to do like gameplays.
Yeah, with mobile
apps.
Gaming. Yeah.
Yeah, mobile gaming. They can record it. And
you could sort of do demonstration videos for your apps or whatnot.
Exactly, yeah. And it kind of opens it up, which I was quite surprised about, actually.
Yeah, it's not it's not one of the things that people have been like eagerly, asking for.
No,
but I think it's just one of those things that Apple's just introduced. That is that could be useful. Yeah.
I mean, a couple of months ago, there was an app that got through the app review, which allowed users to record their screen and do whatever.
Right.
So they might have gotten the idea from that. I don't know. But it was pulled down like a couple of days after it was released.
Oh, right, okay.
Because a lot of people downloaded it and then just kind of the press got hold of it. And
Right, okay. Okay, well, that's quite a cool feature anyway, but...
Just a lot of revamping of the UI.
Okay. So it's nothing too major, but it's
mostly
enough.
UI related, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say there was a new one for Mac? Like.
Yeah, it's called Mac OS High Sierra.
I don't know where they get these names from. just do a quick Google. Just what should we call it this time? It's named after an endangered species. I mean, yeah.
It's a mountain in California.
Okay.
But this one, they just put high in it.
Oh, fair enough. What's so different about this version then?
Not really a lot.
No?
It's mostly just refinements, Safari improvements. So they've got a built-in ad blocker now.
Okay, now that's quite
so
interesting.
That was quite good, and they got a do not track or try not to track how other websites from tracking what you do.
Well, like cookies and stuff.
Yeah, so it kind of blocks other companies from tracking you to give you suggested adverts or something.
Okay, that's an interesting move because that obviously affects a lot of advertising companies or whatnot. Okay, that's a different move from Apple, but okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but there isn't that much else really.
What about the kind of moving on from free upgrades? What about the let's spend money?
Yeah.
Apple?
Yeah, well, the spending money comes along with the launch of a new iPad.
All right.
Which is now 10.5 inches.
How big is? Hang on, is this a new iPad Pro or is this a?
It's just a new iPad.
Okay.
Because you've got the iPad Pro, which is 9.7 inches. Now you've got one that's 10.5 inches.
Wow. Okay.
And you've got a 12.9 inch iPad. So they kind of went for a middle one.
Okay.
Why?
Right. So it's not like newspaper size. It's more magazine size now.
More or less. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
It's not much on that front. Same technology, really. The other iPads.
Nothing new hardware wise.
No.
Just size.
It's just size and just more updated technology to apparently make it better battery life.
Battery life, yeah.
Battery life, yeah.
Okay, cool. I heard a little thing about a new iMac.
There is. It's called the iMac Pro.
Oh wow, that
it's if you're really into like all your tech or your big software stuff and video recording, the big ass projects.
Yeah,
then that'd be the way to go.
I think that might be eventually that might be an upgrade for me.
For you, yeah, I think it'd be quite.
Yeah, with all the visual effects and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean,
apparently did not hit it's VR ready as well that Mac.
Yes, there will be virtual reality support.
Nice.
At least in actually, yeah, it will be in High Sierra.
Cool. Okay, and it's in a different color as well.
Yeah, it's in space grey.
It's in the new space grey, which will match my MacBook. So that's quite nice.
It will have 3 Thunderbolt ports.
Nice. It's got it sounds like it's got a lot of stuff.
Up to 5K displays, 1080p FaceTime camera.
I heard about that. That sounds great.
Yeah, real-time 3D rendering.
That's good. That's really good.
5K built-in display.
That's really good as well.
8-core Xeon processors.
All that good stuff.
Radeon Vega graphics, wherever they are. Pretty good graphics, I'm guessing.
I always read all these things. It's like all these names. It's like, it's got a Radeon Expressor Mac Show Pro in it. That sounds great.
That sounds fancy.
I thought if it was up to me with these names, it'd be like graphics excellent card.
It's just like, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, that sounds quite cool.
It's a very beefed up, very high performance Mac. You're not going to get a much better Mac than that for the professionals.
Well, not until the year after, maybe. The next.
Well, it will be available in December.
The price tag starts at about 5,000, wasn't it?
$5,000. That's from the base model.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Well, like with my iMac, I just went on full specs. So I don't know what the full specs on those would be.
Yeah.
One day the Apple franchise will go into 5 digits, I think. One day.
Some point, yeah. No doubt there will be. The next thing was that they announced the HomePod.
Ah, yes, the toilet roll.
Yeah, which is basically.
I've seen a lot of memes about that on
the
internet. Just
so have I.
The white one looks like a toilet roll. I was like, oh.
So I got my home pod, and it's just a toilet roll on the
Yeah.
table or something.
Yeah, people at home are getting confused because they're trying to command Siri to do something, but they're talking to the toilet roll.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's a
no.
toilet roll. Yeah, it's basically just a Siri speaker. You talk to it. The same thing as Amazon Echo and Google. Yeah.
It's all good until someone accidentally gets them mixed up, and then someone's wiping their bottom
exactly
with an Apple product.
with a speaker.
Yeah, with a speaker. Oh, this toilet roll's got good bass.
It's very nice and smooth.
Yeah, that sounds quite. It sounds quite cool though. I mean, the price tag isn't it like 3 times more than?
It's $349.
Yeah, it's.
So that's. I have no desire to get it at all, but it's there if you need it.
It's there if you want one. Yeah, I mean. I think I think they'd have to introduce a little bit more about it for me to sort of get.
It's just.
I have no reason to want one at the moment.
No, neither do I.
I mean, it looks cool. I mean, it sort of wows a lot of people, but I don't think at this stage it's a thing to consider.
And then the final point, and the biggest surprise to everyone, was the announcement of AR Kit.
Oh, okay.
Which really blew pretty much everyone's mind, because it just it's basically an augmented reality kit. So you can like, it just analyzes everything and it just makes it.
So is this a development tool, or is it like is it just something that everyone can use?
It's a development tool that developers will be able to use, and the key features were that there was fast, stable motion tracking, plane estimation with basic boundaries, ambient lighting estimation, scale estimation, pretty much. So it will. So the kit will.
Is this all just in a software sort of thing?
It's just a software, which will be able to put into apps.
That's crazy. Do you think you'd ever look into that, or
maybe if we come up with an idea?
Yeah,
if we do like an AR Quiff Legion or something.
Quiffco AR virtual Quiff in your very room. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, I mean the way Apple describe it, it brings high quality AR experiences to the iPhone and iPad using the built-in camera, powerful processors and motion sensors in the iOS devices. AR Kit allows developers to tap into the latest computer vision technologies to build detailed and compelling visual content on top of real-world scenes for interactive gaming, immersive shopping experiences, industrial design, and more.
Wow!
So
that sounds like that's quite ambitious. Like what the scope of what kind of things that could open iPhone up to.
It's kind of hard to describe it, but there's loads of videos on YouTube you can just go and look at, and without a doubt you'll just go, wow.
Was that on the official Apple YouTube, or
just search on YouTube AR Kit?
Just search on YouTube.
or at least just go and watch the presentation they did on it.
Yeah,
they show it in action, and it's really.
Yeah, so if you want to check out anything that Ash has said about the Apple stuff, what was the event called again?
WWDC 2017.
Give that a quick Google, and I'm sure it'll be on the Apple sites or whatnot, and check that stuff out, because there's a lot of interesting stuff. Nothing about any new phones or anything, but I think you said that it was like usually they do that later in the year. If
it's
they
normally
do
a couple months' time.
Yeah,
or in September.
So yeah, but do check those stuff out, because all of those sound very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of things come out of it.
Yeah,
seeing them physically, what they can do physically,
or virtually.
There you go. Mixed reality is upon us, Okay, so moving on. Before I talk about E3 in a little what I know about E3, got a word from our sponsor. From Quiffco, there is a new device, a new video gaming device, actually. Video
really?
Gaming plus, all in one
wow.
system. Literally, it's like a screen and a video game console. So it's like all in. You just need that.
One thing, that's it.
Yeah, it's solar paneled. You could literally just, get out of your pocket.
Very eco-friendly.
Yeah. Get out of your pocket, and it's like origami. Just like sort of flip it open and flip it open again, flip it open and flip it open, and you got a 50-inch screen.
Oh right.
Wow. It's quite good, and it's, believe it or not, it is 4K. And it's pretty much all of your senses.
Wow.
It has earphones so you can hear in like 3D audio.
Wow.
It's got nostril ones so you can sniff in 3D smells.
Oh wow.
It's got little taste buds, everything like that.
Wow.
It's not virtual reality, this one, but you can get a HUD. You can get a HUD for it, so you can just like block out everything else. And it only plays Tetris.
Oh, so you can smell the blocks.
Yeah, each color's different. Like the yellow ones are like lemon. We're trying to get more. We're trying to get some more games onto it, but Tetris is the one that comes out on launch. So check that out. Check the Quifcore Flipper.
Flipper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quifcore Flipper. Okay, on to that doesn't. By the way, that doesn't come out until 2025. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Just not.
How much was it going to be?
About 4K actually.
Oh wow.
Just matching the thing really.
4,000.
4,000, yeah. Which is $1 million.
A lot.
4 million, I think. Did I get right? I'm not sure that's right. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, onto that's the working price. It might be different in different countries. Anyway, so E3 2017. Lots of stuff happened in E3.
Yes.
There was a lot of stuff on Nintendo about like new Super Mario games. Lots of new stuff with Switch. Don't really know that much about that. But apparently with Super Mario, they've put lots of effort into the hairs on his mustache and whatnot.
Really?
Very, very crazy little bits of graphical stuff. But there you go.
They improved the hair on his mustache.
They improved the hair on his mustache.
Wow.
With Xbox, there's a big reveal. The Xbox One X, which is that's a name. So they're
doing letters now.
X. So for short, it's the XOX. It's basically, when you're sending like a hug and a kiss on a text, that's literally the Xbox One X. Literally that. Yeah, there you go.
That's how they got
the Xbox One X is hug and kisses from Microsoft.
Wow.
So there you go. But apparently it's apparently the most powerful console ever. So I think it's sort of rivaling the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
The new PlayStation 4. Is it PlayStation 4 Pro?
That's PS4 Pro.
Yeah. Sorry, the name just escaped me for a second there. Yes, so Xbox One X is a 4K thing.
4K thing. Yeah.
It's got lots of. I literally thought they were going to release some sort of Xbox VR thing actually, but they didn't really speak anything about that.
Oh.
Just that new console really, just competing with the PlayStation 4 Pro. That doesn't make sense actually. Xbox One X. So isn't that just like Xbox 11?
I don't know.
So there's a new Xbox, but hey, I got that out of the way. Now I'm talking about PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because people who listen to the Quiffcast, you will know that we're primarily PlayStation, but we do play PC, and some of us have Xbox. So we've got the Nintendo and Xbox sides out of it. Just we're not excluding them.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting sort of seeing their stuff as well, but primarily we look at PlayStation stuff. But a lot of these stuff is coming on Xbox. Anyway, I'm stalling. So on on the PlayStation, there's a lot of new games being announced. Actually, whilst I was on the topic of Xbox and like Microsoft and whatnot, Fallout VR
Yes.
That's coming to... Is that just coming to PC?
It's, as far as I know, it's only just on PC, just the HTC Vive.
Right, okay, so that's coming out, so that's an interesting thing. Eventually, they might bring it out for PlayStation VR.
I haven't heard anything whether there's
nothing confirmed, but another game in their roster has come out is coming out on PlayStation VR.
It is,
and that is Skyrim.
Da-da-da-da.
So 2 very, very open world games are coming to VR, which is very, very interesting. Get me into actually playing Skyrim again.
Yeah.
When it comes out on PlayStation VR. I think with Skyrim as well, you can use motion controllers as well, so you'll be able to use the PlayStation moves to throw your sword, do spells and whatnot.
Set people on fire, and,
I think the immersiveness level of that is going to be amazing. So I am actually more inclined than ever to get back into Skyrim. And if Fallout comes out, I may actually consider playing Fallout 4 if it comes out.
Great.
Which Ash has been trying to get me to play for a while. I mean, I have nothing wrong with Fallout 4. It's not.
It's just not compelling.
It's not appealed. It hasn't it's like a little bit on the edge. Like, should I play it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hopefully in the future, and hopefully they'll bring Rick and Morty out on VR as well. I've said that a few times already. But,
they need to bring that out to PSVR.
They need to.
They need to expand their platform.
They do. I mean, again, Job Simulator came out on PlayStation VR, so why not Rick and Morty? Come on, guys.
Come on.
Just change the model on the thing to a PlayStation VR model, and you're done. I'm sure it's not that simple, but okay. Anyway, more games coming out. There's a new VR game coming out called The Inpatient, which is a new horror game for the PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
And that looks quite good, actually. I might consider playing that. Not a big horror fan, but that, it's almost like
it takes you out your comfort zone.
Yeah, it's set in the past as well, so it's a bit It sort of horns on the creepiness
dark
of the
lighting.
Past. Yeah.
In the trailer, there's this guy just right at your face kind of thing. It just really puts you off and puts you.
Yeah, you get very personal. It gets very personal.
I was just getting intense just watching the trailer.
There you go. It's not even. He's not even in VR yet.
No.
There's another VR game. I read up a little bit about it. Tiny Tracks. That's like a VR racing game. There have been a lot of like arcade type VR racing games out there. But this one looks interesting because it almost looks a bit like how GTA does their stunt races. So that looks interesting. I haven't looked too much into that, but the visual style looks very, very cool. I don't think they released a trailer for it either yet. I might be wrong. They might have done. But that's coming up. There's a game called Anthem. Which Ash, what is Anthem?
Anthem is a shared open world game.
Right. Was it like is one of those ones where it's like always online sort of thing? Or
I'm not sure if it's always online. I'm not sure if there's local. I'm not sure if it's. I think you can do it solo.
Right.
But you can bring in up to 4 friends to join in your world.
Is it? It looks quite sci-fi-ish.
Yeah, it's according to it's about it's made by the studio of Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
Okay.
So yeah, it's quite sci-fi. It's open world. You're mostly in this suit called javelins, that you have jetpacks that you can fly across the world. And then there's these random encounters that would just happen. Whatever. It's a very randomized world where anything can happen, really, and you can just explore it with your friends.
That sounds quite cool, actually. I might have a look into that. Actually, it sounds like a cool little game.
There's a great little 6-minute gameplay trailer of it, so I highly recommend checking it out.
Okay, have a look at that, guys. Have a look at that. And finally, not finally, actually. There's Detroit. There's not much on the release date for Detroit. There's Detroit Becoming Human, I think it's called. Not It's either Becoming Human or Become Human.
Something like that.
And that looks an amazing game. Same people who made Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. And it's one of those ones where you can make choices and do things like that, and it looks really good. The visual style looks amazing. It's been in the works. The story's been in the air for about 5 years now, ever since they did the development test for Heavy Rain. One of the main characters that you play as in Detroit was a test person for the Heavy Rain animation and motion capture. So it's just spawned from there, really. And it looks really cool. It's about androids and how they interact with humans and like how they fit in society. But you're playing it from the android's perspective, so it's a fascinating concept. There's I think there's a police officer and like investigator, crime scene investigator, sort of rogue set of androids, and the main one who was in the development thing, Kara. So it's like multiple characters, a bit like how Heavy Rain did it with the multiple characters. So that looks quite cool.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, there's no release date on it, but there's I don't doubt there's a lot of there's a lot of choices. So these games with loads of choices, they take a lot of time because there's lots of story strands and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to that very much so. And finally, 2 bits of Marvel goodness. Actually, I'll just mention quickly. There's a new Lego Super Marvel Heroes game.
All right.
I got the wrong order. But there's a new game coming out later this year, and on the topic of Marvel, Spider-Man. So they've released a bit of gameplay footage of the new Spider-Man game, which looks amazing. I think, in right in saying it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive?
Yeah, it is.
Yep. So there you go. It really looks like a good game. It's an open world one as well, which makes it even better. And additionally, I can't really say too much about Spider-Man, but because we don't know that much more about it, like enemies or anything. But the fighting mechanics and all that sort of stuff looks, pretty full on, really.
Yeah.
But additionally, there is to celebrate the new Spider-Man Homecoming film. There is a Spider-Man PlayStation VR experience coming to PlayStation VR and all the other Oculus and HTC Vive.
Oh.
So a bit like the Batman VR game, you can become Spider-Man.
Oh wow!
Mess around with your web shooters and whatnot, and yeah, bit like that really.
Oh, so that's quite good.
That's a cool new little thing that got announced today, actually. On the day we were recording it.
Oh,
there you go, Ash. All that stuff. We've announced a lot of stuff in this episode.
I know. There's so much to say.
Nothing on Red Dead yet, but that's to be expected. But we'll find out more in the future, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you got any more else? Any more announcements that pop into your head, Ash?
Wolfenstein 2.
Oh, Wolfenstein. What's that?
Well, it's a sequel to Wolfenstein made by Bethesda. Mm-hmm. The same developers who do Skyrim and Fallout. I'm not sure what it's fully about. It's basically like in an alternate reality with the Nazis taking over the whole world and something. You got to kill Nazis and something.
Another game about killing Nazis.
Yeah,
great. That's what we need.
Yeah, but it looks interesting from the trailer. So I'm gonna have a play of the first game, see how I get on with it.
Yeah, see if you get into the story and whatnot. Okay, cool. Is there any more, or is that pretty much?
There was a new Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
game.
Of course, yeah, Assassin's Creed, yeah.
Based in Egypt.
Oh, is it based in Egypt? This one?
Yeah, it's apparently the Origins, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh.
So I'm guessing it's how the Brotherhood came to be.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Assassin's Creed, so.
No, I don't either.
Don't quote me.
Is there a new one? Was I right? No, is there a new Uncharted? No. I thought, it just in my head, I was like looking at Uncharted stuff. I was thinking, is there a new one? I don't know. Is there? I don't know. There's a new Uncharted film coming out. Tom Holland, Spider-Man's playing young Nathan Drake. But there you go. That's another thing. That's another thing for another time, I suppose.
Yeah. Nothing to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gaming in films. That's actually quite a good. That's a good topic to talk about in the future.
Talk about that.
Season 2. There we go. There'll be one of those. Right. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this Quiffcast. Thank you very much for listening to this Quiffcast. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and also other platforms such as TuneIn.
Yeah.
We're spreading across platforms now, guys.
We're expanding, guys.
Yeah. So, if you're on one of them, go and follow, subscribe, or whatever you need to do. And make sure you stay updated with our Quiffcasts. Anyway, leave a little rating if that platform lets you. It's like so confusing now because I just don't know what each thing does. But until next time, and for Ash, until next season, we shall speak to you soon. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.